we've got another package. And today it's a pretty expensive one. The most expensive thing that I've bought myself in the past year or so has been my iPhone 17 Pro. And what's in this box comes out right behind this. Inside of this box should be an iPhone 16 Pro Desert Titanium with 512 gigabytes of storage. Now, for the past year or so, I've had this plan of mine to get my hands on two modern Pro iPhones to use as a main and secondary device. My iPhone 17 Pro 512 gigabyte silver that I got recently, just about a month ago on launch day, is my main phone. And inside of this package is going to be the phone that I'll be using as a secondary phone. Currently, I have an iPhone 15 Plus that I've had for about 6 months now. I enjoy the phone. I love the big screen and the long battery, but I would like to have a phone with the same pro features as the main phone I have that I can switch between as an extra. I'll be keeping the 15 as a content device as I really like the big screen though. Anyways, without further ado, I want to go ahead and get this box open. It's currently almost 8:30 p.m. I've been waiting all day for UPS to bring this, and it is finally here. So let's go ahead and get this box cut open. Cut the tape on the top and on the sides. And now we can go ahead and lift up the top of the box to reveal a lot of bubble wrap, which is nice to see as I want this to be protected. And I'll go ahead and unwrap. Inside of another little bag is a Desert Titanium iPhone 16 Pro. And man, this Desert Titanium color is absolutely gorgeous. I haven't seen this in a while. The last time I saw it was in an Apple store, probably about 6 months ago. Wow, I'm really glad that I ended up getting this color. My main goal was to get a white or natural one, as I really like to keep the colors on my iPhone simple, but this is a nice change. This will really stand out in my collection of really bland colored phones. Now I want to go ahead and hold down the power button and see if this iPhone 16 Pro has any charge, which it does, and that is very nice. I'll give it just a moment to turn on. And here we are at the lock screen of iOS 26. This is a fresh install. It looks like nothing else has been installed or set up. Now, taking a look around the phone, I have not cleaned it off yet. There are some smudges around the device. You can see there is still dust around the camera, but the sides of this iPhone 16 Pro, although covered in fingerprints, are in extremely nice condition. There are absolutely no marks to be found whatsoever. I looked over the listing photos many times and could not spot any marks around the titanium frame. The screen, however, does have some relatively deep scratches. The light makes them look way worse. Without the light directly on them, they are very difficult to see. And of course, with the phone on, they look nearly invisible. You can see the reflection of the phone I'm recording on, yet it's very hard to see the scratches. They're not too noticeable. I have a plan to take care of this, but I will talk about that in a little bit. But I want to talk a little bit more about the phone itself. So going into settings, general, and about, you can see this is a 512 gigabyte iPhone 16 Pro running iOS 26.0. This device is 100% carrier unlocked and has no SIM restrictions, so I can use it on any carrier, but my plan is to use it on Verizon. Now, I did not initially plan on getting a 512 gigabyte model for my secondary device. I got that for my main iPhone 17 Pro, as I do like to take a lot of photos and videos, but I'm not exactly going to be doing as much on a secondary phone. Now, the only reason that I got 512 gigabytes is because I managed to come across a really good deal for this device. I found this iPhone 16 Pro listed at $720 about a week ago on eBay. I noticed the scratches in the screen, and that was really the only thing that deterred me. I forgot to mention that the battery health is 93% with 339 cycles, so really not that bad. But like I was saying, I watched the price decline all the way down to $680 over the course of a couple days. And as it seemed like I wasn't going to find a deal as good as this for a while, I decided to just jump on it. So for a total of $726, I got a 512 gigabyte unlocked iPhone 16 Pro, with the only issue being some scratches on the display. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is clean off the smudges on this phone and go ahead and get used to using it as a secondary device for the next couple of days. And then I'll be back with my thoughts and impressions about the phone.
3 days later.
So I'm now back. It's been 3 days, and I've most definitely gotten used to using this phone as a secondary device. I've been using this honestly more than I've found myself using my 17 Pro while at home, just scrolling in my bed, for example. For For the first day that I had this phone, I did not yet have a case for it, so I really enjoyed getting to use it caseless. I really didn't have an option anyways. It feels very, very nice in the hand, completely different from the 17 Pro. Honestly, in my opinion, it feels more premium and more classy. The sides feel more slick, but more premium at the same time. And it has a completely different grip than the aluminum does in the hand. I really like the way that the grip feels. Anyways, it's extremely similar to my 17 Pro, and that's one of the reasons that I wanted it in the first place. I really wanted a secondary phone that I could switch between that was very similar to the one that I had, so I wouldn't be missing out on as many features as I was with the phones that I used to use as a secondary device. A little bit extreme, but it gets the job done, and in this case, I don't think that overkill is a bad thing. This phone's gonna get a lot of use out of it. I'm planning to use it as a main device for the next week just to try it out. I have gone ahead and picked up a basic black silicone case at Best Buy as I needed something to cover this. I'm still looking for a permanent case that I want to keep on this phone that's nicer and more protective than this one right here, but this will get the job done for now, and I think it feels really nice in the hand. Although the quality is a bit low, nothing to complain about for $10. So far, I have noticed the battery being very, very, very good. It's very similar to my 17 Pro's battery. On Sunday, I actually charged it up to 100% in the morning with my 17 Pro, and throughout the day, found the 16 Pro dropping at a very similar rate to the 17 Pro, which I was surprised by. Again, the battery health is 93%, and it's got 340 charge cycles. As you can see right here, 341. But the battery's holding up very well, and I don't think I'm gonna need a replacement anytime soon with this. Now, speaking of replacements, like you saw earlier, the screen on this phone does have some pretty good scratches, and I think that's the reason I got such a good deal on the device. Now, that's one thing that I'm really not worried about, as I had a plan from the beginning to cover something like this. My iPhone 17 Pro that I bought on launch day just about a month ago does not yet have an AppleCare plan added to it. As you can see right here, it is still begging me to add AppleCare. I still have 29 more days. I have not yet because I have been considering getting an AppleCare One plan that could cover more devices, such as the iPhone 16 Pro and my Apple Watch when my 2 years of AppleCare that I purchased when I got it expires a couple months from now. Anyways, it'll turn out to be a cheaper option than buying AppleCare separately for these devices. And I don't know if I can buy it in the store for the 16 Pro. I think AppleCare One may be my only option. But nevertheless, that is my plan to tackle the scratches on the screen. I'll be adding AppleCare Plus to both of these phones. My main phone will be protected because, of course, I spent way too much on this. The 16 Pro, I'm planning to get the screen replaced about a month after I add AppleCare One. I'll just go ahead and accidentally drop it and shatter the display, take it to Apple, and they'll do a replacement for just $30. So overall, so far, I'm really enjoying using this iPhone 16 Pro as my secondary phone. I think it goes really nicely alongside the 17 Pro. I think it might be a little bit excessive, but at the same time, I don't think that's a problem. So I'm really looking forward to continuing to use this phone and possibly using it as a main device for the next week or so, just to try it out and see how I really like it. I'm absolutely loving this desert titanium color, and I'm really glad that I ended up getting this instead of the white. I wanted the white for a long time, but this is a really, really pretty color. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I most definitely enjoyed making it, as this is a phone that I've been planning to get my hands on for about a year now, at least as a secondary device, that is. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing, as of right now, only 6.2% of my viewers are actually subscribed to my channel. So if you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button, as it would really help me in reaching my goal of 16,000 subscribers. I'm getting pretty close, so I'm hoping we can hit that goal soon. Of course, I can't forget about membership shoutouts, so a huge shout out to these 4 members. I'll leave a link down in the description to all 4 of their channels. If you didn't know, I do have channel memberships. It costs $1.99 a month. You get this cool badge next to your name, and it just helps me to continue making videos like these. There's a link down in the description if you're interested. Again, huge shout out to these 4 members. Link in the description to their channels. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Comment, like, and subscribe. And as always, peace out, guys.